Hello, friends. I am so excited to be stamping with you today with a preview of the new catalog that starts next week. Can't wait. I will be featuring the Lasting Joy stamp set with one of my favorite techniques, which is called Faux Watercolor. And this is a really simple technique. It requires absolutely zero stamping or it does require stamping skill, but absolutely no watercolor skill. So let me show you how I am going to make this card. First off, I'm using Fluid 100 watercolor paper. And I die cut from a scrap of this a piece of this watercolor paper with my stylish shaped circle. This is the second to largest. And I did just yawn. I'm not going to lie. The puppies slept in till 5:30, but guess who woke up at 5 again? That would be me. Anywho, let me show you what I'm going to do. Now, I've got a really cheerful, fun color combo for you, and this features a couple of our new colors. So Azure Afternoon. I'm not even sure if that's how you say that. Azure Afternoon. Coastal Cabana, Daffodil Delight, Granny Apple Green, and then, of course, the new Lemon Lime Twist. So 2 new colors. And what we're going to do is do a little bit of random stamping. Now, one of the things that is really key to making this technique work well is to stamp off the first bit of ink, and then we're going to stamp that onto our cardstock. And so that nice light look is going to help us get this faux watercolor look. So what I'm going to do right away is bring in my water painter, and I'm just going to kind of go over the top of each little section of this image. This technique works best with a solid image. You can certainly do it with other types of images, but you might not get quite the same results. So I just went over it with some water, clean water, that's it. Then I'm going to repeat this process and stamp some more. What I love about this is I didn't quite get a good crisp stamping over here, so I can just kind of blend it out with my water painter. And as I go around, it's going to look fantastic. So I'll keep doing this as I go around. And I do like to do these one at a time. I feel like I can blend the ink a little bit better on our Fluid 100 paper if I blend right away. And all that we're doing is just softening the ink and making it look like somebody actually watercolored this. Okay, I'm going to switch ink colors to Coastal Cabana. And we'll just repeat this process. And this is a little warmer tone of blue, kind of a bluish green in comparison to the Azure Afternoon. Oh, goodness, I just don't even know if I'm saying that right. Azure. 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 I hope that's making you giggle, not annoyed. All right. And so I'm just going to go around and keep doing this. Now, some of you I know are sitting there going, well, wouldn't you just stamp this and be done? And you can, but I love the look of watercoloring. And one of the things that I love about stamping is that I can't draw. And so as y'all know, I love to watercolor, but it's not my strong suit. Like drawing things to watercolor, if you know what I mean. And by the way, remember, we're going to put this right here in the center, so it's not going to have we're not going to stamp anything right here for the time being. Now we're also going to add some greenery to this. But anyway, what I was trying to say is I definitely love I definitely love watercoloring, but not having to be able to draw something really pretty. So I could never just watercolor this on my own. So I love that I have stamps that I can do this. And then with this little technique, I can get the cool look. Okay, so I've kind of got that done. And it just softens the look. It's very it's very subtle and pretty. Okay, next up, I'm going to use my lemon lime twist as well as my granny apple green for some greenery on here. And we'll do the same thing again. So I'm just going to stamp some of these branches. Oh, I did a couple in a row here. And now the nice thing about this is the Fluid 100 paper is going to keep the stamp image from kind of dissipating too much. But it's still going to give you a nice soft look. And I'm not stamping off this color, mostly because I forgot the first one, but I kind of like the look of it. And then we'll see how the green looks. So we're going to do Granny Apple Green. There we go. Ooh. Such pretty colors. So I'll do two, blend them out. Now I have also used on here my color lifter. And here I'm even softening it a little more. The ink is kind of bleeding a little more on this one, this color. Each color is going to react a little bit differently to water because this is, at the end of the day, ink that we're using to paint, not actual watercolor paint. But it still works really well. But I have tried this technique using my color lifter to blend over the stamped image instead of my water painter. Now the color lifter is more of an alcohol-based ink, but it still is very pretty and gives you interesting results. And I'm just going to put a little touch right here. I'm also thinking I'm going to add one branch right there. Now we also have in this stamp set, which I just love this set, by the way. We also have in this set some beautiful sentiments and some smaller images too. So we'll combine that beautiful sentiment for our die cut shape. But now what I'm going to do is take one of the small images and I'm going to stamp that on the inside of these flowers. So often when I stamp or color a flower, I want it to be darkest in the center. And so this way I'm doing that without without stamping off the ink. So it's going to be a little darker. It's a really tiny part of the stamp. So I'm actually not even going to blend it really because I think it'll be just fine without. But there we go. And look at how pretty this is. It's just soft and beautiful. All right, now what I want to do next is I thought there might be some space to maybe fill in some of these little center images. So I'm going to use some Daffodil Delight. Now I am going to stamp this off, mostly because I kind of want this to just be a soft filler flower in the background. I don't want it to be too bright and take away from my beautiful colored flowers. I'm just kind of going around, stamping off a layer and stamping this down. And I can most certainly blend these out if I want to soften them up a little bit, but they're pretty light as they are right now. And that looks pretty good. I think I've got things filled in nicely. And there we go. Okay, now I'm going to take this piece, and here's the other part I love about it. Because we're not watercoloring big, huge areas, it's really nice and soft, and it doesn't warp or take forever to dry. It's pretty much dry as it is right now. It does depend a little bit on your water control. I keep a paper towel or a towel handy so that you can dab off any excess water that comes flowing through your water brush. But I'm going to just adhere these pieces together. So I started with a 3 3/4 by 5 inch piece of my Fluid 100 paper. I'm going to adhere it to a 3 7/8 by 5 1/8 inch piece of lemon lime twist cardstock. Yay! Who is so excited that that color is back? And then I'm going to add it to a card base that is some Azure Afternoon. Now, before I stamp and adhere my sentiment on here, I wanted to add just a little light touch of some of my twine. Now, this is the In Colors, and technically this is Parakeet Party, but the colors are super similar. So they will for sure work together. And I'm just going to go around a few times with my twine. So this is from the In Colors Baker's twine. And I'm just going to tie this in a knot, and then our circle will just cover this up like so. All right. And our sentiment is just so beautiful. It says, "May the years ahead be filled with lasting joy." So I think this would make a really beautiful anniversary card, a shower card, a wedding card. So, you know, so many different options. And look at how beautiful that is. I love the script. And this is just a really nice, I think, simple, beautiful card. That was really easy to do, and you can look like you are a watercolorist without actually being a watercolorist. Now, if you would like to learn some more about watercolor, I can help you. I've got an amazing watercolor course that you can be a part of. It's been described as comprehensive. I've gotten just incredibly positive feedback about it. And no experience necessary. I will guide you through and show you all of the things you need to know in order to do amazing things with watercolor and have fun. And it's really geared towards just having a good time and relaxing. It's not overly complicated or challenging or difficult. It's just really fun. So if you're interested, I'll put the link to that in the description of this video and you can check it out. Here is my beautiful card. I do believe, though, we need a little embellishment on this. And I'm going to use my old standby. And that is some iridescent rhinestones. These are just one of my favorite embellishments of all time. They just go with everything, which is one of the reasons I love them. And we're just going to add a little bit of sparkle to this card because I think that that's always a good idea. So there we go. We could even add a couple more. This is, after all, this is a special card. So let's just kind of throw a few extra gems on here. I hope you loved this project. Now, don't forget, the new catalog starts next week, depending on when you're watching this, May 2nd, 2023. And you can purchase the items that I used on this card in my online store. I would so appreciate your business. I have an amazing ordering special for you. And so whether you spend $50 or $75, I have gifts for you, and I cannot wait to show you all the fun things when the catalog launches next week. Thanks again so much for stamping with me. All the details can be found on my blog, as well as a complete list of products. They won't all be on there until the catalog goes live, but after that, they'll all be there. So thanks for stamping with me, friends. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.